And we're live. What's going on, everybody? I'm Cole Gonzalez, also known as Cole World on social media, CEO and co-founder of OSSA.AI. But more importantly, we're here joined today by Mr. Brad Gaines, the owner of Ninja AI Tools, and also the owner of a massive newsletter known as Ninja AI Tools. He's absolutely crushing it right now. Ton of value will be shared today about how to leverage AI to grow your personal brand, to grow a newsletter, which I never knew was possible until we met Brad. But yeah, Brad, would love if you could give a quick introduction, maybe just a background on kind of who you are. I know we had you on a couple months ago, so super cool to have you back.
Yeah, great to be here, man. And I told you earlier, I'm kind of doing some kind of throat thing going on, so bear with me while I try to get through this. I'm in the real estate business right now. Got into um, social media marketing, I guess you can call it, back about 10 years ago. Did a fitness YouTube channel that did that for like 3 or 4 years and branched off into other things, trying to make money with online stuff. Didn't go well for a long time. And until about 4 years later, started making good money. And it's been up and down since then. But now, about a year and a half ago, I started with Instagram and TikTok. But forget TikTok right now. But I started with Instagram mainly, and it's going well. So yeah, man, that's it in a nutshell right there.
No, it's awesome. And then, yeah, I want to kind of share screen, show them your Instagram real quick, because that's the one that's been popping off. So let me just pull that up real quick, and then maybe can ask a couple more questions about kind of, where you started with social media and kind of what the thought process here as you grow out your personal brand, and, maybe talking a little bit about that. So yeah, this is Brad's account right here on Instagram, 160,000 followers. We were just chatting right before we hopped on this. And last time we chatted, I believe, was 3 months ago. Around then, he was on one of the podcasts that we had, and he's grown 100,000 followers since then. So that's like the most curious thing I have, and probably what other people want to understand is, how did you, what has kind of been your strategy, your general strategy? We can get into the specifics here and talk about OSSA and everything else, but what's kind of been your specific strategy around growing your Instagram profile from 50K to 160K plus over the past, 3-4 months?
Yeah, the biggest thing is just posting more. An obscene, I call it an obscene amount of content. I was doing one post a day for the first year. I guess it was about a year when I grew about 50,000 followers. And of course, that took about 6 months to start getting any traction. With Instagram, it takes a little bit of time. It wasn't like TikTok was a few years ago. I know you blew up on TikTok fast, but and Instagram. But anyway, it took about 6 months to get going. Posting like once a day. I was doing mainly face reels, and I was like, I just figured, hey, it's going to take a long time to grow. And after our first interview podcast we did, I took a course and I'll shout the guy out, is Uncover AI. He's on Instagram, uncover.ai. Actually, he just came out with a course today, but this is a different thing he had going on with the school. And I took his course, and he was doing carousels mainly. It's like faceless videos. He was doing faceless carousels. So I'll say, okay, I'll kind of mix it up. I'll do carousels plus my face reels plus the ASA that I was doing. And before that, I was doing face reel, ASA, pretty much every day. And so I decided to do the carousels, started doing one a day. And then I was like, well, man, I can do these pretty fast. I have a VA who does them pretty much for me. I set her up, and then she does most of the work. And I said, hey, do you mind working just a lot, 8 hours a day? She was doing 4 hours. I said, yeah, sure. So I threw 8 of them per day at her, started posting 8 times a day, and it started taking off pretty quick. And when I started doing 8 times a day, my other reels started doing better. And I had 2 reels hit over 2 million views. Some carousels hit like 1 million reach. And it started growing fast. It was shortly after we spoke. And I'd say, I mean, my biggest day was like 6,000 followers.
Massive.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy to watch your notifications when you get those, because it's just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
pretty,
no, 100%.
pretty exciting.
100%. I remember my first one that went viral. A lot of people know I used to do like relationship content a lot. And it was this one video I posted. This was like in December, I think, of 2020. and it was right before New Year's, and I posted it, and I had no expectations of it going crazy, and I was at like 900K, so I had some videos pop off. But I woke up that morning, it was at like 12 million views, and I gained like 400,000, 500,000 followers overnight. It was like insane.
Ooh.
It's like the craziest feeling for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Is this broken or something? What's going on? And numbers are off.
No, literally. Well, yeah. So I'm kind of seeing here, I'm sharing screen. So here, you're still doing some personal branded stuff. And then here, it looks like these are these the more carousel type of style that you were talking about?
Yeah, the two right there you see, AI is wild. That's he does the same thing with carousels where he does kind of just video like that videos.
Mhm.
And I don't get much out of those. I tried them a few times. I tried them this last 2 times. I don't get much reach. I guess every account is different.
Mhm.
Um, Now he posts once a day, and he's growing. He has 300,000 followers, growing about 1,000 a day. I
Yeah.
mean, for me right now, I'm posting 8 times a day to try to get between 500 to 1,000 followers per day. So
Eight
I guess,
times a day.
yeah, yeah. So every account is different, I guess.
That's
You think
incredible.
I'd grow 8 times what he's growing, but yeah, that's not the case. Now, every post he makes is probably more researched, probably more quality. Because if you post 8 times a day, it can't be a perfect post. So I just put a lot together, post a lot, hope that one goes viral, and that's the strategy right now.
No, that's incredible. And one thing I want to definitely dive into is the newsletter, right? Because that's
Yeah.
been a hot topic. If you guys don't know, every creator, especially in the AI spaces, has a newsletter now, and there's crazy monetization opportunities. And I kind of want to segment into that, talk a little bit about how your newsletter is working out, how you're growing it, and then kind of how you're monetizing it, and then maybe we can kind of pivot into how OSA is helping you achieve that goal.
Yeah. So if you go to my Instagram again
Mhm.
and click on the link in the bio, you'll see my capture page. I don't even get back there. Yeah. All right. So that's what I'm giving away. The 6,000 AI websites and tools. Then I have a little thing in there saying, you'll get a newsletter 3 times a week. Yeah. So, okay. So I'll send them there. I don't even know if you want to log in or if you want to opt in and see
Yeah,
what
let
I'm
me
doing.
opt in. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. This will be good. I'll see if it's working right. All right.
all right, so
So,
thank you for subscribing, okay?
mhm. So that's the three newsletters that I'm promoting right now. And each one of those, if you click on those, they'll pay me as long as you qualify. You have to open their emails a certain amount of time within
Mhm.
like a week or something. And they each one will pay me like $2 a piece, maybe a
Oh,
little more.
wow.
Yeah, 240 maybe. And yeah, so which I don't know if maybe you should. Maybe I don't want them to watch this video and think I'm kind of scalping.
No,
but
no, no, no. So just so I understand, right? So basically, I think that's like enough information to give us context. So essentially,
yeah.
you opt in here, and so now I'm opt into your newsletter, right? Which you can also
Well,
monetize and you can also promote,
yeah, if you
correct?
want to click continue for me, and I want to make sure this is all. This is a good thing
Yep.
to do. I've done this before, but okay, here you go. So to get the most out of the boost, I tell them, hey, look for their newsletters also, and I
Mhm.
think that helps a lot because a lot of people I talk to me like, man, I can't get people to get verified. I say, well, do a thank you page and explain to them, hey, those newsletters you signed up for, make sure you open them. So I
Mhm.
think I think that does help. So
No,
yeah,
for
okay,
sure.
so
We need to do that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a good idea. I mean, maybe it doesn't help, but I think it does with me. I'm getting like a 30% verification rate. I think the average is like 10%. So I think that may help. Um, yeah. So from there, I just send them emails 3 times a week. Uh, Not any kind of promotion, just all value. And Beehive, that's who I use for this. They have a ads program, and you can get paid promoting other AI tools, other businesses. That doesn't pay that much. It's like maybe $30 every newsletter or whatever. I mean, it's worth it to do, but it's not a lot of money. The bigger money is getting brands to contact you, and then you say, okay, I'll promote you in my newsletter. You get a
Mhm.
lot more money that way. But they do have their own in-house ad network that you can promote tools with. So yeah, Beehive is excellent, man. It's like from just that alone, I'm probably making. I'd say, I mean, most weeks are 1,000 a week. Some are a little less, but that's for doing nothing. That's just for growing my newsletter, which is crazy to me.
It's incredible. And
Yeah.
I think it's a great time to kind of dive into. So we know how the system's set up. So you have this content, which we'll dive into, right? That's getting attention. And then you're taking that attention and you're finding a way to basically get them to subscribe. And then on top of just your own newsletter that you can monetize, you've integrated something there where they can also opt into other newsletters where they're paying you as well for that attention that you're getting and sending to their sources, correct?
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Awesome. So I think that's like a great time to segment into the actual content, and let's chat a little bit about that. And did you want to kind of share screen and talk about it, or do you want me
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep?
Let me get this going here. Let
Awesome.
me move this over. Give me 1 second, bud. I'll get this going.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, because I know, we were just chatting right before this, Brad and I think you said, the newsletter's sitting around like 14 to somewhere between 14, 16,000 subscribers, which is a lot. And I assume, it's growing in tandem with your follower count and the additional engagement. So that's super exciting. And then, yeah, so I'm super excited to hop into this. Do you want me to share?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Yep.
Awesome.
All right. So can you see it there?
I can see it.
Okay, I'm logging into Beehive, and I'll show you what I got going on. Now, the thing I'm trying to get a hold of is like open rate. Right now, I'm like 23%, which is low.
Mhm.
I'm trying to do A/B testing with my headlines and stuff, and I don't know. I just added my own URL. See here, I'm kind of down. Open rate down 13%. Click rate down 24. So anyway, I'll figure it out. And you see, okay, so what I got going on, which we talked about earlier, is this right here. I grew like
And just
crazy.
just so you know, we can only see the ManyChat page.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No worries.
Let me do here. How about now?
Let's see. Hold on, I gotta bring you back up. Once it shares, try sharing again, and then I could bring up the tab or the browser.
All right. All right, here we go. We have.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so when you're growing your email list, you want to clean your list. And so I got it where if they don't open my email in 30 days, they'll be unsubscribed. Or they get a chance to stay on. I'll send them an email, but most of them don't. Most of them just ignore it, or they don't see it, whatever. So, so right here, you check out audience. All right, so the last 24 hours, I got
I hate to break
140.
it. I hate to break it to you, but I think it's only showing the login page on Beehive.
Oh man.
Try this. Try sharing your entire screen, and then you can just click into the tab. So I'm gonna remove this, and then try sharing your entire screen. That way you
Okay.
can just switch in between tabs. That might work a little
Oh,
better.
my bad. Yeah, okay. I should have done
Oh,
that.
you're good. You're good.
See, guys, even a guy like me that can't figure this out can grow. Pretty amazing, right?
Perfect. Yeah, and then if you're sharing your screen, let me see, because if I bring you up right now, there we go. Okay, now I can see. Perfect.
Yeah, you can. So you see me logging in?
Yep. Now it's all good.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, so you heard what I had to say about the subscribing and getting rid of your people that don't open your emails. So for an example, I got 146 subscribers so far last 24 hours. These are the ones that are unsubscribed. But I got a bunch of subscribers 30 days ago, so this is just kind of cleaning that list out. So
Yep.
negative 187 today. But anyway, but I still that doesn't matter with your boost. So when I go down to boost, that's what I made so far in boost. And you scroll down here, you see now you have to apply for a bunch of these because most
Mhm.
of them will be in pending forever. These are ones I made inactive on purpose, and but you'll get calls and stuff. So you just got to keep looking at it, keep changing the people you promote. Um, and this is an example of the ads they have. Now I made $42 this month in ads, which is nothing. So to make money with ads, you got to get your own. Uh, you got to negotiate deals outside of Beehive. So, all right. And what else you want to know about the newsletter?
Yeah, just we have the newsletter here, and then maybe talking about. I think it'd be really cool to talk about Instagram, how you're creating content, maybe with OSSA, or just
Yeah.
your normal content, how you use ManyChat to actually grow this thing. Because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering how are you getting the people to actually subscribe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right on. Let me go to Instagram here. All right. So I'm starting to increase my face reels where I talk to the camera.
Mhm.
I got kind of lazy with these carousels because they're so easy to do and I can post so many of them. But for example, let's go to a good one here. I know it did pretty well. Um, okay, which one did? Okay, this one did pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah, 800 likes. Okay, so I got a cover page here, and stuff I learned with Uncover AI. So if you guys want to learn this, go to him
Mhm.
and buy his course. So okay, I tested this, my call to action, and I used to have this at the very end of my carousel, like the last page.
Mhm.
But I figured the second page is better. I'm getting way more people. So anyway, want my list of 6,000 AI websites, comment the word list for free access, and then you get all these people commenting list, um, which is more than this. But anyway, so and then I use a tool called ManyChat that automatically responds to these people. They put down lists. I say, got you, sending now. And it will automatically send them a DM with the link to the website that you saw before, that where they sign up for my newsletter.
Mhm.
And then that's it. And so it's pretty much hands off. All I do is post, and ManyChat and the Beehive does the rest. And then I get paid through their back office, the Boost program. Um, Now, the way I create this right here, a lot of this stuff comes from Twitter. I'll go on Twitter and find viral post, and I'll take that post, send it to my VA, tell her to make one of these, and she makes it for me. And so it's really easy to do, and that's why you get kind of lazy doing this. All I got to do is research. As long as you got a VA, if you got to do this yourself, it'll take you probably all day to do the image, and and you don't want to take directly from Twitter. You want to like change the words, uh, just being there because you don't want to get somebody to call you out and say you're just stealing. Um, so yeah, so then that's one way. So I post like 7 of these a day, and then I try to do either one OSSA video. That's not OSSA video. I try to do one OSSA video. Or I try to do one face video, like this. And these kind of videos used to work well. Like, do you know She Does AI?
Yeah,
That
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So I know she got it from somebody else, but she started doing these videos, and she went from like 3,000 followers to like, I think she has 400,000 followers now,
She's
and
crushing it. Absolutely.
crushing it. She had one reel that did 40 million views or over 40 million views, and it was a reel kind of like this. I try to change it up a little bit by swishing in and out, but yeah. So anyway, this is my older. See, it's been so long since I've done a face reel because they take the longest and they're hardest to do. But actually, I got a reel be easier. Reels. Yeah, so I've done a lot of ASA videos, so they're so easy to do, and they still get great, 5,000 views, 4,000 views. But the cool thing about ASA, man, is that I've noticed my face reels get about the same amount of views, but I get a lot more comments requesting my newsletter on ASA. I don't know why that is, but yeah, you see it
Yeah,
right here. It's
that's interesting. And then I kind of have a question here in terms of your
yeah.
process to create those videos, right? Because I see there's maybe a couple overlays throughout there. Is your VA adding the stuff over this? Do you have like a template for her? How does that kind of work? So you create the video on OSA, and then what are like the next steps?
Yeah, I create on those. I do all that myself. This is yeah, this is all me doing this. So I put this in CapCut and I always put a title in there. And what I do is, say I was promoting my newsletter. I do
Mhm.
that right away. Okay, so then I go to each website that I talk about, and I just screenshot their logo, and then see, I do it different ways. Like I'll just do the logo, or else I'll come out. This last one I did, this one's pretty good. 10,000, see 10,000 views. That was good. Um, all right, and you'll see what I do here. The title, and then I'll promote my newsletter here.
Mhm.
And what I do a screen capture of what they get, and then I'll do the logo, then a screen capture or screen whatever share of the website that I'm talking about, and I'll overlay that on the OSA video. Um, and I can do all that 30 minutes, creating the video and cap cutting the video. And yeah, so that took 30 minutes to do. I got 10,000 views
And then how
and
many comments on there?
456 comments.
So 400.
456.
Wow.
Yeah. But half of those are me or the mini chat responding back. So
Responding.
about,
Yeah.
yeah, so over 200 views, which is could be 200 leads, which could be if they all sign up to the boost, it's potential $400, but they're not all going to be approved or do that. So
Yeah.
probably that one post right here, I'm guessing I made probably $50.
So $50 from that one post, like potentially.
I would figure that because I figure at least uh, half of those would actually sign up to the newsletter. So 100 and 30% verification. Okay, $30. So maybe 30 to $50 from that one video. There's no way to track that, but that's probably what it is.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. And I think it's like now that we've seen it, we've seen, your carousel posts, we've seen how it's, you have an automatic response system set up. I think it'd be really cool if you just kind of showcased ManyChat, maybe like one of the examples of an automation you created. Because I'm sure there's going to be people watching this, especially watching the replay, that are going to be, how do I create an actual ManyChat automation? What does it actually look like?
Okay, yeah. Now, ManyChat, you can go deep in this thing. I do the very basic thing. So what you want to do, you come in and hit automation, and I got all these set up. Now, only 4 of these are for my newsletter, and they just do it. They just go on every post. Like I got 4 words they comment, and every one goes to my newsletter. Now the rest of these are all brand deals. So
Mhm.
when you do a brand deal, you want to just do the next post. So yeah, I'll let these go for like 2 months, and I'll delete them. But so what you want to do? Go to new automation. All right, and you want to click this first one, convert your Instagram comments into sales. And like I said, there's a lot more things you can do with ManyChat. This is the like very initial thing you want to do, the main thing you want to do. But then you can go deep and you can like message them again, like a week later, stuff like that. Haven't got into that yet. All right, so you want to click
Mhm.
here, and then you can pick which reel you want to use, or else you can go to your next reel, all reels. So I'll just do all reels. Then you put in a keyword and say I wanted to add like OSSA. It doesn't matter if it's capitalized or not. Yeah, so if they comment the letters OSSA, I'll click OK. Then what it'll do, it'll comment, it'll reply with these replies, and you can change these up. And one thing I did learn, I used to have just one reply. You want to have like 10 replies, because if you get like a viral post and you're replying the same message every time, it's going to flag you, and it'll just block you. You won't ban your account. It'll just block you. So have like at least 10 of these, and I got a spreadsheet that I just do the same 10
Mhm.
and add those in. Then you want to come here, and this is your message. So you can change this up. Thanks for the comment. Here's your link. You click here, and you can put like, I always just go like click here. Makes it real simple. And then you put the link. So I'd put OSSA.AI, OSSA.AI, and of course, make it a URL.
Yep.
Done, and hit set live, and you're done. I test every one that I do just to make sure, especially on brand deals, just to make sure it's working. If it's not working, come back in here and either edit it or delete it and do it again. But always check it, because sometimes you might not do it right. There was one time I didn't do it right, and I had like 30 comments. I had to go in there and manually reply
Yeah.
back. So
No, that's
now
incredible.
Facebook, you can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook, you can't. Yeah, on your profile, you can't do ManyChat. On a page, Facebook page, you can. But so my dilemma is when I always post my reels on Facebook too, just automatically, and some will go get a lot of comments. You got to go in there every day. I go in 3 times a day and just reply the comments, which is a hassle, but it's worth it.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So essentially the
Yeah.
the process is, right, whether it's an OSA video, whether it's a personal brand video, whether it's a carousel, it's some sort of indication, either if it's in an OSA video, it might be at the end, comment X thing to get this, right? For me to DM you this. If it's a carousel, it's a visual of comment this thing and I'll DM you this. If it's any type of post, there just needs to be some indication to tell that person the call to action to comment something. And then you have an automation set up, like a global one that basically is listening for the same keyword, what it sounds like. So then you are basically making sure all those people get that response and then that DM link. And then in that actual automation, it's sending them a message with a link to the newsletter, it sounds like.
Yep, exactly right. Yeah, it's simple. I mean, it sounds, when you first hear this, you're like, oh man, that's complicated. It's Once you do it once, it's so easy to do. Um, so yeah, don't let that, because I avoided ManyChat for a while. Like, that's too complicated, and I was like, it's super simple. I guess unless you get really deep into it, because I know there is one guy I talked to who has he showed me his setup, and it's just like crazy amount of messages in there, but he'll message him a week later, like 2 days after that or whatever. He'll just keep like hitting them up, and if they don't respond a certain way, he'll do a different message. I want to get into that, but right now I'm just focused on building that newsletter. So
Yeah, for sure. Because ManyChat, like Brad just showed the tip of the iceberg, but you can set up tagging where like you can tag someone in a group, and then if they don't respond after X amount of time, you can send them another message. And then you can categorize a message. You can even plug it into other tools like Zapier, Make.com, where then you can plug in like an LLM module with like ChatGPT or Claude, and then you can like run a completion, like a chat completion, and then you can respond to it in like a specific way. It's pretty insane how many incredible tools there are.
And maybe the best thing to do is to get on Fiverr and get a guy to do it for you, because that's what I'm probably going to do. Just explain what you need, and they'll do it for you for probably $50, maybe
Yeah,
100. Who knows? But it's worth it. Yeah.
no, for sure. There's so much opportunity. Well, yeah, as we're kind of wrapping up, Brad, I would love to have you maybe talk a little bit about your experience with our platform, OSA, and kind of how it's helped you, and kind of what, yeah, just your raw opinions on kind of where we're at, and kind of how you're leveraging it, and if anybody is thinking about using OSA, kind of what you think it is good for, maybe what it's not good for, type of thing.
Yeah. Well, as far as using it, just using OSA for your account, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I think that it's quick, it's easy. You can get a lot of traffic that way. I think a really better way is to like merge it into what you're doing. As far as I'm doing the face videos, the carousels, adding that into your repertoire. Because what happened was I was trying to do a face video every day, and just life gets in the way. And so one day I knew I needed like something to supplement, because I just hate missing days posting. So I was like, well, I'll just do an OSSA video on days I can't post. But that turned into 3 in a row because it was so easy to do. But I think if my deal is, I'm trying to do a hybrid account where I'm doing my face plus video carousels and OSSA. Sorry, I gotta start saying OSSA the way it's pronounced, right?
I actually just changed. We just made a global change to say
Oh,
OSA now,
really?
so you're totally good, brother.
Okay, cool. I say it both ways. I don't know.
Fine. It doesn't make
um, yeah, so I think it's great to supplement what you're doing. Uh, and I don't, man, I'm surprised a lot more people aren't doing it because, I mean, like I said, I go back here. I mean, I can always be guaranteed 5,000 views with these, but like here, 10,000 with this one, 11,000 with this one, 19,000 with that one. That's the one that we talked about. It 20,000 on that one, 260 comments, which half that's probably mini chat. 11,000. So I mean, like, why wouldn't somebody do this? You know, if it's free traffic to me. And as long, I think if you're trying to build a brand, just do reels of your face too. So, and then for sure use your face in your profile picture. But I don't know why more people aren't doing hybrid accounts. I mean, I know that she does AI, posts once a day, and she's growing like crazy. So maybe it's just me, but the way my thing is, man. The more you post, the more chance you have to go viral. And we talked about it before. I don't know about if you'll go viral with OSA videos because it's just not really. You can obviously, but for me, they just drive so much traffic to my newsletter that it's a no-brainer, to
Yeah,
use, and it's
no,
so
for
fast.
for sure.
Like
I mean,
I could literally make one in the next 30 minutes, post it, and probably make 50 bucks like that. Anytime I wanted to, so it's pretty crazy.
that's awesome. No, and I agree. I think I think what's happening from like my opinion on this is that a lot of people are getting super excited because the tool is offering an even simpler solution. But the thing is that content creation, especially where it's at with AI, it still requires that human creativity and some sort of strategy around it, right? So there are simpler solutions. You could go to a tool, like in video, and then you could press a button, it'll give you a prompt and it'll do everything for you. But it's like that doesn't really work for a use case of trying to get engagement or actually trying to grow a newsletter. Like there are zero case studies of our competitors of someone actually having a business use case. Like we are the only person in the space that's focused on creating content that actually gets attention because it's like you have 160,000 followers, you have a massive personal brand. 99.9% of people realistically will never get that many followers, right? And you're
Yeah,
using this tool, OSA, in my opinion, not because it's the greatest video ever, right? Because we understand we can improve it, but because it serves the use case of getting attention. And that's why we do what we do as creators is we want to garner attention. So if it can be a vehicle to help you get attention, which I've talked about this before, like attention is a prerequisite to monetization. If you can get people's eyeballs, then you can monetize. They're two different skill sets. So I'm happy we kind of got to talk about both today. And you're in a good spot, right? So I think it's super cool what you're doing. I also think it's cool how you kind of recommend, yeah, use OSA, but use other tools too. Don't rely on any single thing because I don't think that's a good idea, anyways, right? Like some of the, like for example, HeyGen's a billion-dollar company, right? But if you kind of just use their platform to create like an avatar and then their editor, it's like it's not really good enough. It's really good for avatars, but you still probably want to have a video editor. You might want to integrate other free resources. There's these other things that definitely matter. So I think that's like super cool. And obviously, you just showed your results. You're crushing it. And I even, if you would have scrolled down further, because I'm making a short form video on you. I think
yeah,
your top video did, I think 60,000 views. And then the next one did 55. And then I think like 30 and 20. So you have some like pretty solid bangers on Instagram. It's pretty insane.
yeah, pretty crazy. And I wish TikTok would follow suit, but for some reason TikTok hates me, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I did to piss them off, but
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's for another day for sure. But yeah,
yeah,
Brad, it's been awesome having you on. If people want to, check out some of your stuff, where can they find you?
yeah, Ninja AI Tools, Instagram, TikTok, I'm still there, and Facebook and
Awesome.
YouTube. But trying to figure out YouTube too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And the one thing I want to mention is that I don't know if anyone's listened to that original podcast, which we'll be ramping up over the next couple coming months for OSA. But Brad did say, and he stuck to his word that he was going to post a lot more. And 3 months later, he's like, that's my main goal, posting more. And now he's posting 8 times a day. So I think that's really cool. It's something I
yeah.
kind of realized. So that's awesome, brother.
Well, since that worked, let me go ahead and say this. I plan to be at 1 million followers in 3 months.
Let's do it, brother. I think you can do it for sure.
I think you froze up there, buddy.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Brad. Yeah. We'll definitely see